Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to discuss expression number 7 with the Pythagorean theory. So the 7, sorry guys, the 7 has to do with the planet Neptune in Western numerology, and also we're going to deal with the karmic number of 16. So we'll get over all that today. So the base number is 7. 7 is considered the most holy number. It's the most spiritual. It's depicted in the Bible and a lot of other places as well. Hinduism, it has a major role. Buddhism. In pretty much every religion, 7 is considered to be like the godlike number in a certain sense. So with the 7, you have people with very good analytical ability. They're able to research very well, able to read, interpret things. They can read people. They're pretty much clairvoyant, and a lot of people would just call them psychic. Some examples of people just with the 7 predominantly in their chart, not necessarily the expression number, I'd say is like Steve Jobs, Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee, Elon Musk. So these are people that are quite innovators, but they're very individualistic in the sense that they don't really interact with a lot of people. Tupac had the karmic number of 16 as well. He was born on June 16th, so we'll get into that a little later as well. So if you are an expression number 7, the way in which that you're going to be able to utilize the 7 as an expression is this. Your natural strengths are going to be your clairvoyance, your intuition, your ability to absorb a lot of information at one time. So if you have the 7 as an expression number, it's going to be quite easy to do that. So what you want to do is look at your what you have as a workload and try to divide it up and compartmentalize your mind so that you can actually utilize the 7 to the best of your ability. The 7 does govern what we would call emotions, so it is the governor of water in numerology, so you guys can have a very, very deep thought process, but also emotional process that you may try to deny. What you want to do is just make sure that you don't deny your emotions, but actually look at them for what they are and accept them. A lot of people end up just thinking and not really feeling, and especially when you fall under the expression number of 7, you definitely want to still make sure that you're feeling. And how you can interpret feeling, my first lesson to you would be try to feel through your body first. Like if you have chronic pain, if you suffer from migraines, if you have any sort of ailments with your body at all, or just see how you just feel inside. Focus on your internal energy. That'll tell you where your emotions are. If you try to make silent your mind and make your mind go completely silent, and the first thing to pop up in your mind is a thought. See if that's going towards the present, like right now, meaning what am I doing as self-reflection, if it's going to be something in the future, or if it's going to be something from the past. If it's something in the future that you're anticipating, it could mean that your body is in a positive state if it's excitement. It could also mean something like stress if you're anxiety if you're looking in the future and you're getting worried. A lot of people do face stress from past experiences as well. So if they look at the past, say, oh, I have a bunch of bills to pay, I don't know how I'm going to pay them. That can lead to stress, which is looking at the past, saying, I've accrued out this amount of bills, and now looking at the future with that anxiety, which it means you're not taking control in the present that you have right now. So that's what you want to make sure is that you practice mindfulness as a 7. The 7's mind can really be overrun, especially if it's an expression number, because you're going to naturally have a very keen and intellectual mind. Just understand that your special ability as an expression number 7 would essentially be the ability to master things. Everybody that I listed off was a master in their realm because they had the 7 there. What you want to do is, the 1 is an innovator, but the 7 is somebody who will come into something that's already been done, but master it better than even the 1s can. No offense to the 1s out there, you guys are extremely good at what you do, but 7s are people that can be very technical, very analytical, and look at things and really divulge themselves into it and get even better at it. So if you are a 7, look out for those things. Final note for the 7s by themselves would be this. If you're going to look into a career for expression number 7, the law of attraction is going to give you anything from politics to being a scientist. And you want to do things that are mostly alone. A lot of you guys can even get into stockbrokers, truckers, any sort of entrepreneur, but you guys tend to not really be that group oriented. So I wouldn't really represent you guys are very good athletes, but I'd say things like boxing, martial arts, those things can do you very well. just because you guys do need that solitude naturally. If it's an expression number, it would really depend on what your birth and life path number on, how that's going to affect the 7. Because if you have like a very lively life path number like the 3, and you have an expression number 7, you can very easily end up being very social, but still have that need for being alone and then compartmentalizing your thoughts. So it all really depends on your chart. If you guys do have any questions regarding that aspect of it, because I know that could be quite tricky, just leave a question for me in the comments. But I'm going to move on to the number 16 now. The number 16 as a karmic debt number, if it's an expression, it's going to be the most vital point. Expression number karmic debts are very, very heavy. So if you have 16 as a name number, what you want to watch out for is this. Having an overinflated ego, being a little bit too image conscious, especially in your youth. You might have a lot of friends, be very popular. But the 7 leads to spirituality, meaning it leads you to discover yourself through your emotions. So it'll lead you to some sort of, might even be a tragedy, and a tragedy according to your ego. So meaning like losing a job, or maybe losing a longtime spouse, losing a family member. But usually it's more about losing something that your ego is very highly invested in. And that's the way so you can discover who you truly are in this lifetime. And then you're able to express the number 7 very clearly. As a tarot card, even the 16 is like a tower falling down. So you guys just want to watch out for building yourself up too much on false pretenses and then not being able to withstand the storm that will inevitably come if you have the 16 as a karmic debt. What it's really meant to do is to actually give you the power and the strength to overcome and actually become a better version of yourself. The number 16, I would say, is predominantly just about having self-realization. And that self-realization is not through ego gratification, like through achievements or possessions or a status of some sort. It's really through finding that power within. Meaning, even if you're rich, you're in the same mood. If you're poor, you're in the same mood. It just doesn't affect you anymore. That's what the 7 gives you, is internal power that leads you to what they would say is the connection with the infinite realm, which is our universe, and spiritual people call it a multiverse or an infinite verse. Because we, as you guys would know, dark matter is always building new ends in our universe. The universe is always expanding and creating. So we're all just energy and matter, and we magnetize things based on our thoughts. But what is actually powering those thoughts is what the 7 is trying to teach you. It's trying to teach you to look beyond the mind and get to that next realm. So I can't really explain it in words what the 7 is necessarily trying to teach you in the regards to it being a karmic debt number 16, just because it's going to be very individualistic to each person and how their ego is going to be destroyed, and then their true self can then come through that facade. All right, so that would conclude the 7 as the expression number and the karmic debt number 16. If you guys do have any questions regarding this whatsoever, please let me know. Aside from that, guys, like, subscribe, holla at me. That's it for today. Thank you.